especially in London. Michael, what time is it over there right now?
Hi there, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes. What would you like to talk about?
Right. Yeah, hi. Sorry, long time fan, first time caller.
Woo! Cool. Thank you. What's up?
Yeah, so listen, I'm ringing today. A couple of friends of mine have been having a bit of a debate about the normal meme that you see online about Gnostic atheists, agnostic atheists, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And my contention is that you can't.
Michael, I'm hearing something in the background.
A lot of.
My ADD is making it impossible to understand what you're saying with the background.
There's a lot of static and stuff on the line. Yeah.
Well, I heard some kind of like talking in the background. It might have been the radio or the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's better now.
Okay, can you hear me all right now?
That's better.
Beautiful. Please continue.
Okay, great stuff. So my contention is, sorry, I forgot what I said before. I've been having a debate with some friends of mine here in London that over the meme that you see all around atheist boards that describe the four sort of sectors of atheism and theism. Gnostic atheism, agnostic atheism, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And my contention is that you can't really be an agnostic atheist. If you look at the definitions of the two words,
Michael,
they directly conflict with each other.
Okay, so do you understand what we mean when we give the definition that we do? Even though you disagree with it, do you understand the concept that is being communicated?
Oh, sure. No,
that is. Yeah.
I understand it well.
Fantastic. Hold on, Michael. Because you probably just heard the conversation that we had. If we want to have a productive conversation, then we need to understand what the other person means. And so I'm guessing that you're going to provide an argument to say that we should change the way we're defining things. I just want to get out of the gate. I don't care. Words are fluid and they change. And because those things change, it's more important to understand what the other person means to have that productive conversation than to be a prescriptivist who says, no, you can only use this word in this context. What's important is that we understand each other.
I understand everything that you're saying. However, I'm going off of the definitions as we use them in the English language in the dictionary.
Okay.
So if you consider the definition of atheist, the definition of atheist in the dictionary, it makes no claims, and I'm an atheist myself.
Yeah.
It makes no claims. However, when you look at the definition of the word agnostic in the dictionary, it makes a definitive claim to positive knowledge about God or gods. Specifically, it says, and there's different translations in different dictionaries, but they mainly say the same thing, that an agnostic believes that there can never be any knowledge of a God.
I've been given that definition before.
I don't agree with that. I mean, I've never used it that way.
You haven't used it that way,
agnostic.
But there are people who have.
Okay.
What's important here is, again, the
what he's saying,
the prescriptivist piece.
Absolutely.
And so, Michael, I want to give you an analogous comparison that might help.
Okay.
Have you had that conversation about what the difference is between sex and gender?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. Did you know that in the dictionary those are listed as synonyms?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. But the purpose of clearly defining sex as different from gender is not to throw the middle finger at the dictionary, but it's to have clear definitions with which we can have deeper conversations, more complex conversations, ones that we can now have the language for. And in the same way that sex and gender, while in the dictionary can be synonyms, are very different when we're having this nuance. We're trying to use these words to have and inject the nuance, to have the language to be able to have the conversation. And so I would like to tell you from the bottom of my heart, Michael, as long as you understand what the other person is saying, and as long as you both have the language to convey the idea, that's That's what's important. But why would your contention be that, something that I just, does that help kind of explain why, at least on my side, I find that it's acceptable to do that?
Sure. No, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Okay, good.
But, do you agree that the definition of agnostic, in religious terms, not in normal terms, but just in the religious terms, means that somebody that believes that nothing is known or can be known about a god or gods?
So we're okay.
Well, honestly, I think he just kind of tried to go back to saying that not to get hung up on the word, but on what the meaning behind the word is that the person you're talking to is using.
I'm trying to get to the basis of the meaning of the actual word.
Yeah, I don't care, dude.
I think, what Eric was saying is that it means different things to different people. I've always heard agnostic used in the context of we don't know. It's not having knowledge. It's agnostic, and so
is the knowledge claim, not the belief claim.
Right. It's saying I don't know. It's not saying I know that there's no God. It's saying I don't know.
Now there have been there have been philosophers who have posited that the knowledge of this God is unknowable, and have defined that as agnostic, and as such is the reason why you're reading that. And we have a different philosophy here.
Yeah.
And even if it was the same, we could be completely muddied by using the wrong language.
But it's important
or using language we don't understand.
Right. But Eric's point is I think, to be made here is that don't get hung up on word usage. If you're in conversation with someone or in relationship with someone, and you guys are missing each other because you're using the wrong words, find out what you mean and communicate that way and connect with that human in a way that makes sense, and don't let the words sabotage that communication.
Understood.
Right?
Understood. All right, guys. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you, man.
Hope it helps, man. I know that I get what you're saying.
It can be,
I really do.
It can be muddy water.
And it can be frustrating when you go, okay, this is how I define it, and these other people aren't using it the way that I'm, but
the communication is the key. Find the way to communicate.
Yeah, let's not miss the forest for the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure.
Great. All right,
yeah.
Great stuff, guys.
Thank you. Take care, buddy.
I appreciate your time.